Right here, the Optiplex. Hold up, let me get in there. The Optiplex 3020. Come on, let me get in there. Is that clear? I'm gonna push it back some. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. The flashlight worked. Okay, yeah. Optiplex 3020. That's some heat. It ain't gonna have no aesthetics because it's for my older nephew. He don't give a shit about aesthetics, so it's not gonna have no aesthetics. But yeah, you can turn one of these into a pretty. You can actually turn it into a high range gaming machine with a overkill GPU. But remember, certain games, if you try to run them, you're gonna have to bottleneck your GPU in order to make that shit run. But anything that's not The Last of Us Part 1 and Cyberpunk, and not like super ultra AAA, you're Gucci. Like basically, you can run Fortnite on here with like a me personally, I say the optimal graphic card for one of these is a 1660 Super 6 gig, the single fan one. You could be extra if you want to get like a dual fan one, because those cards are not exceedingly massive, so you can get away with one of those. You could probably get away, you could probably get away with a 2060, but not a super crazy big one. But I know for a fact, the single fan 1660 GTX 1660 Super, the one that my client has in his ITX build, that's the optimal GPU for one of these. That's optimal because you can change the power supply, and all you'll need is the little the 8-pin, the 24 to 8-pin converter thingy that they sell on Amazon for like $7. You get that, you're Gucci. So I'm going to share this sauce with the guy who I bought this computer from, because the person I bought this computer from is a longtime friend. And when he pulled up in the truck, I was like, oh shit, that's my guy. I haven't seen him in years. And he gave me this for an incredible deal. So I'm going to share the sauce with him on how to turn these into because he said he got a couple of them. So I'm going to teach him the sauce on how to turn these into gaming builds and to help him get some more dough. Because I've seen motherfuckers on the internet sell these shits for like $600, but they buff the shit out of it. So I'm like, damn, motherfuckers on the internet doing that. So I'm gonna help the homie out. So yeah, the last thing we're gonna install is this Gravity i2 CPU cooler. I'm gonna install it now. So that way when the i7 gets here, this week, next week, when the i7 that I ordered get here next week, we're going to put that in there. We're going to have a better cooler for it. Yeah, so we're rocking with this, the Gravity i2 thermal take, which is one of my favorite brands. They sell this shit on Amazon for like, I think I paid like $12, so you can't beat that. If you thinking, these Dells, they got like an auto overclock thing. You just go into BIOS and make sure you cut the speed step shit on. So, yeah. And you also got to make sure you get a better wattage power supply if you're going to go with that with these. So don't use this unless you're using a lower card. Like I forgot what card I got for my younger nephew, but I was able to get away with using the stock Dell power supply with the card he got. I forgot. I would have to look on my my eBay purchases to pull it up again. But I know ever since I bought that GPU, the price of it went up. I've seen that GPU sell for like motherfucking $90. I'm like, well, god damn, that's why I ain't try to buy it again. But what I got in here is a GTX I think it's a GT 732 gig. Which is my older nephew. He probably going to want to run Fortnite since he don't want to install it on his Xbox because he got the S series. So I was like, yeah, save that space. So you could run Fortnite on here. You can run Fortnite with the i5. Like right now, my guy, he didn't know that he thought the i3 was in here. I'm like, no, it's the i5 in here. So you can everything that I just said you can do that with an i5. You can wholeheartedly do that with an i5, but I recommend the i7. And it's two i7s for this. I think it's the 4760 and the 4770 being the highest. Just go, like, it's $40. Them shits are 40. No, my bad. They go anywhere between 45 to 50 bucks for one of those i7s. I found the guy on eBay, somebody that I bought from before. I think I bought the 5700 XT that I bought for my client off of him. I bought an i7 off of him for $39.99 after tax. It was 42 bucks. That was the lowest price one on that motherfucker, because motherfuckers is trying to sell that shit for close to 50 bucks. But yeah, you can turn these shits into gaming bills, and that's what I'm gonna do. But this one is gonna be like not aesthetically pleasing. It's gonna look like an Optiplex, but it's gonna be able to run. It's gonna be able to run up probably to Grand Theft Auto. Down the line, if I get a 1660 Super, I'll just put that in. I'll probably have to change the power supply. So I'll have to change the power supply to one that has PCIe. But I could get a power supply for one of these shits for like 30 bucks. The power supply I bought was like a cheap $25 one, since the GPU in there doesn't require external power. So go figure. Yes, but you can upgrade these things. The 1660 Super, the single fan 1660 Super is like optimal. It's like, you know, perfect. But you got other options. You got a 1030, you got a 1050, and a lot of those cars have single fan versions, so you can go with those. Yeah, so we're updating drivers. The OS that I had already installed on the SSD from the other computer still works. So we got Windows 11 on here, and whoever says you can't run it with the TPM and all that bullshit, this is Windows 11 and it runs smooth. And I got something called Tiny 11. That's if my guy needs to put OSs on here, I'm gonna hook them up with Tiny 11, because that's the perfect OS to run with this older hardware. The Tiny 11 is perfect. You don't have none of the bloatware that Windows 11 comes with, and everything will run smooth on this older hardware, and you can still play games. So that's the whole goal. All right, so my YouTube, I've redeemed myself from the embarrassment. All right, because I was embarrassed as fuck with working with that Optiplex 790, or even with that 990 motherboard. I got 2 lemons, and I was like, yeah, well, no, one was a partial lemon. It wasn't a full lemon. So, you know, you can't make lemonade with a partial lemon. It was a partial lemon, because it did work, it did boot, it did show up, but whenever you tried to upgrade those graphical drivers, it fucked up, and it fucked up because the PCI Express 16 was fucked up. So that's why you couldn't do anything with the graphics. It would keep messing up. So that was a half a lemon. That was like a partial lemon. Whereas the motherboard that I paid 15 bucks from, that was a full lemon. That was a wholehearted lemon, but not upset because I got my money back. The moment I posted the error on the on my eBay page and sent it back, oh yeah, no, it's nothing wrong. It goes out for sleep mode. So let me just move the mouse. But yeah, when I had freaking took the picture of what it was doing and sent it to the buyer, there's the seller. It was like, hey dude, we ain't even sweating it. Here, full refund, throw that shit away. I said, say less. So I still gave him a positive feedback because I got my money back. I got a refund with no issue. And that's how that's the type of business you want to have. Where there's something wrong and it's something that's not worth sending back, here, throw it away, bam. So shout outs to the homie Rami. Shout out, he even gave me a monitor, man. For what I paid for this, he gave me a monitor and everything. So my nephew is set. I'm like, oh shit. Like, for what I paid for this, that was insane. But now I'm going to share the sauce with him so he can beef these up and make some significant dough off of that. So thank you for watching. And until next time, my YouTube page. Until next time.